Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel, and today we are doing your general reading for the month of September. Okay, this is a monthly reading, and if it does not resonate with you, please check your moon, your rising, Jupiter or Venus. How do you find Jupiter or Venus? Go to your natal chart, see where Jupiter is placed or your Venus is placed, which house, and that will give you an idea as to how that house impacts you. Okay, because Jupiter is the significator of a lot of things in our life. About Jupiter is our wisdom, it's our children, it's our marriage if you're a female, and it's about your work, career, end of life, everything, health, everything is to do with Jupiter. Venus are the luxuries of your life, your love life. For guys, this means your wife or your girlfriend is seen from Venus. So both are important. You can check it by your Jupiter or your Venus. Okay? Alright, so let's start. In this month, I'm not shuffling and laying out cards. Instead, I'm drawing out cards. Okay? As my instinct goes. Okay, so Capricorn, here you go. Okay. Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the World, very good, and the Five of Cups. Now what happened? Now what happened, Capricorn? Things are moving good. Queen of Swords. Okay. So, underlying energy is the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. Okay, I see the Five of Swords here, followed by the Ace of Cups. So, you've been cheated badly, maybe in the past, or something didn't work out properly in the past. So, this is what had happened. So, I see your underlying energy as the Queen of Swords, which means you are not in the mood to listen to anything that doesn't serve you. You are interested in the truth and only the truth. You don't care, and you're not in a very good mood, okay? You're not in a very good mood. You don't want the same things to repeat in your life anymore. You have had enough. Okay, and it's like now you are ready to say the truth. Even if it hurts, you would rather say and move out than to stick to something that, you know, that is not serving you anymore. Okay, now as you begin the month, okay, as you begin September, what I see is Six of Swords. You are leaving certain things behind you, or for some Capricorns, it could be you're coming out of an illness. You have been suffering for long, whether mentally or physically. So physically it would mean an illness. Mentally it would mean some kind of trauma, some kind of things from the past which were not good with the Five of Swords. So it could mean that your health-wise you were not keeping well, or mental, emotional health-wise you were not well. You were not happy. So now it's like you're moving out. You're coming out of it. Okay? You've had enough. As I said, with the Queen of Swords, you're in no mood. No mood, or no time for drama. No time for listening to people's BS. You're in no mood to compromise. You're in no mood to stay and continue where you are. You want to move forward in life, move on with life. So if it's an illness, you could be coming out of it. If it's a mental problem, mental problem in the sense, if it's something that has been mentally draining you, could be relationship, could be job, could be work, could be your aspirations, could be anything, and you've learned to let go. You're moving on. You're moving away from all that, going towards a much more calmer, a much more peaceful place. Okay? But as I see, it's going to take some time. You have to be patient with yourself. You cannot have overnight changes. Overnight changes happen, of course. With the tower moment, overnight changes do happen. But you don't have a tower moment. It's a gradual progression. You've made up your mind. You're moving. You're leaving certain things behind you. You're leaving certain people behind you. You're leaving certain projects, work, something that wasn't giving you any return. It was only bleeding you. Or even health-wise. There was some disease which was keeping you low, down. You're coming out of it. And you're moving towards a better place. But you still, as I see, it needs some time from you. With the Seven of Pentacles, it'll come, but it will not be an overnight recovery. Irrespective whether it's health, whether, you would feel that you're getting better. You will feel that situations are getting better. You will feel those toxic people are going out of your life, but they will not happen overnight. The process will start. In September, what I feel is the process will start. But the complete manifestation will take some time. So you got to be patient with yourself, okay? Give it some time. If it's a heartbreak you're coming out of, if it's somebody who cheated you, who did something bad with you in the past, you're coming out of it, you're angry, you want to cut things and just come out of it. But even if you want to, you have to give it some time, okay? As you approach the full moon, which is happening in your second house, that is Aquarius, there comes your Ace of Swords moment. You find a new thought process. You find a new idea. You find a new love. You find a new person. You find a new interest. And you're cutting through all these. You see these ivy around you? These ivies were like the dense foliage of ivy which was stopping you from going towards your destination. So with this sword now, you're cutting them out. Okay, you see the clutter, where it is, whether in work, whether in relationship, whether in health. You're seeing where the thing has been wrong, where the thing has been toxic, where the thing has been not serving you, and you, with your sword in hand, you're cutting them out now. With the Ace of Swords, it's a new you. It's a new thought of yours. It's a new thought process, a new action. And the moment you do that, Capricorn, what is coming after the full moon is what you wanted, the world. Things are changing. You could be changing places because the Six of Swords and the world, both are there. So you could be moving places. You could be shifting countries. You could be crossing the seas, going to a different destination. You could be changing job. You could be a new person because you have completed a cycle. If it's health-wise also, if you haven't been keeping well, you're coming out of it. Yes, it still takes, you have to continue with your medicines for quite some time yet, maybe a week, 2 weeks more, but you're out. It's healing. Okay, you're healing. And you'll be completely healed after the full moon in Aquarius. Because Aquarian is the star, is the healing energy. So after the full moon, you're going to feel much more better. And you start a new cycle. So if you have been down with fever, or you had a surgery, or you had any kind of health problem which you have been suffering for long, you're going to come out of it. Now a new cycle starts. So with this Ace of Swords, maybe you are going to cut through all the old patterns that you have. Old sleep patterns, old eating patterns, old way of life. Maybe you'll stop drinking, you'll stop eating, you might even go vegan. Okay? But you got to be patient with yourself. When it comes to work too, it's like I see you ending a cycle. Maybe shifting country, as I said, for some of you. You could be shifting country. You could be moving from one place, leaving everybody behind, leaving all those old colleagues, old organization, old politics behind, moving towards a new job, a new chapter of your life. This is a new chapter of your life. Relationship, health, work, doesn't matter. This is a new chapter. Whatever you are stopping or leaving finally is here. September is the month when you leave those things. Maybe you've been thinking of leaving them for past 2 months, 1 month. Maybe all these thoughts started in July when there was this, there was this new moon in Capricorn, I think. No, it was the new moon in Cancer. Yeah, full moon in Sagittarius. Yes, that's the time when all these started. Because you realize that because it was happening in your 12th house, a house of losses. So you realize that there are certain things that did not serve you, that were not good for you, that had been harming you, whether it were people, whether it was a project, whether it was your old business, but but this month is the time when you actually shut shop, close stuff, and start a new life, fresh. So if you are closing a business, you'll start a new business. If you are closing a chapter with old organization, you'll join a new organization. If it's a divorce that has been pending for long, you'll have the divorce and you start a new life, a single life. Maybe you'll relocate to a new location. If it's health, there could have been some health issues which you're suffering for the past 1-2 months. Now you're coming out of it, but you still need to be a bit more careful. You need to take care of yourself, have the medicines on time. But after the full moon, you're going to come out completely healed. You're going to start a new chapter. But all this is happening. All this is happening. A new chapter starts. Okay, this is a major arcana, so this will happen. But I see emotionally, because you've gone through so much past 1 month, 2 months, you are still a bit low emotionally. Could be, this disease has led to marks in your skin. Like I have. You see these marks? I'll show you. These marks, these are skin eruptions. I was suffering from eczema, atopic eczema, for the past 6 months, 8 months. Things were worse. But now they're closed, they're healed, but they've left some marks. So I don't like it when it comes in the camera. But it's okay. I have to live with it. I cannot get back the skin which I had when I was a kid. Okay, this has left black spots on my skin. But at least it's healed, so these will go when they go. Similarly, for some of you, you could have lost hair. You could have lost, or you could have a wound mark. And you're not happy with it. Everything that you end, Capricorn, remember, leaves a mark. Even if it's a relationship, it leaves a mark in your heart. It takes you some time. That's why we always say, don't jump from one relationship into the other. Give yourself some time. Give your heart some time to take breath, to get habituated being with yourself before you go and commit somebody else. Else, self-love does not come. That is what I see, the lack of self-love. 5 of Cups. As you approach October, you might not, everything has happened. You are on a new journey, a new life path, a new chapter of your life. But because things are not very clear, our life is not like a movie, you see. We don't have a the end. That's all, folks, at the end. of every chapter. So things gradually progress. One ends and one begins. There's a transition phase. For some, the transition can be seconds, minutes, days, months. So you are in the transition. And because you're in the transition, there are certain things of the past which you keep thinking and you keep feeling low, sad. You keep feeling you miss somebody or you miss something. So maybe you miss your old vigor if you have been suffering health-wise. You miss your old office if you are relocating to a new place, new organization. You miss your old partner whom you have just separated. You miss your old home because you're divorced now and you have to move out of your family, your home, and settle somewhere else. So you miss those things. But that's a part of the transition, Capricorn. That's nothing to feel so low about. Yes, those low periods will happen, but that's a part of the process. At least you have seen through the clutter. You have had the courage to cut through them and start a new phase of your life. So some heartbreaks, sometimes when you're alone, you think about the old days, before your illness, before your divorce, before your separation, or maybe how you were a year back or 2 years back, old memories, old photographs, and you miss those places, people, things, and sometimes maybe you cry about them. But those are only a part of the healing process. Be patient with yourself. Don't punish yourself. Those were experiences you were supposed to go through and you have gone through them. Now they are done with. They are not coming back again. And if they come back, they're going to come back transformed. But the same old shit is not going to come back because you have cut through them. Okay? So, yes, does that mean that you will never fall sick again? Yes, you will. But the same old disease will not come back. Something else will come. Does that mean that you will never have heartbreak again? You might have heartbreak, but not from the same old person. If the same old person comes back, he or she is going to be a changed person. Does that mean that you're going to be all successful in your business? No. But this time if you face loss, it's going to be in a new business. You're definitely not going to do the same old business that you just closed. Right? So that is the thing that is happening with you this month. In January. Okay? You're moving towards a new chapter of your life. There are some regrets. There are some heartbreaks. There are some moments of unhappiness which keep coming back to your mind and you keep thinking about them. You keep feeling sad about them. But that's a normal process of healing. That is okay. Be patient with yourself. Don't punish yourself for that, Capricorn. Let's see some messages for you. Show me some message for Capricorn. Okay, I'm going to take this. Labyrinth. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. What did I just say? You're in the transition phase. This is what the transition is happening. You're coming out of the labyrinth. You're almost at the end. You started here. You went on and on and on and on, and now you have found your way out. So you're transitioning, okay? You're transitioning. Even your message says that. You're transitioning to a new chapter, a new cycle of your life. Towards something new. A new way of living. With a new person maybe. In a new location maybe. In a new job. In a new profession. In a new business. But whatever it is a transition for you. Beautiful, Capricorn. Beautiful. Let's pull out some numerology card and see what dates could be important for you. Let me take this. Okay, the first important message. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So new moon in Scorpio is going to happen in a month's time. So there could be, these, as I said, past regrets, past fears, past you miss somebody, or maybe as you're transitioning, you're scared. What if this thing comes back? You don't have to. You have to work through your fears, okay? That is what the new moon in Scorpio is going to teach you. We are right now in the new moon of Virgo. So we are going to have the new moon of Libra by this month end. So next month is going to be the new moon of Scorpio, October. So October new moon is going to teach you that you need to let go of your fears now. No more fears. Those are done with. That disease is not coming back. That business or that bankruptcy is not coming back. That bad financial crunch is not coming back. Those bad politics, that bad toxic relationship is not coming back. So you need to work through your fears, okay? And second, communication is the key. New moon in Gemini. So as you approach the new moon in Gemini, that is, maybe you're going to be a bit quiet right now because you are in the new phase of your life. For some of you, it could be changing country, changing location. So once you go to the new location, it won't be possible. Or it's not, we human beings, we take time to settle down. So you might be closing off from people because you just had a bad experience. But you will realize communication is the key. And you will realize it when the new moon happens in Gemini, which is around December. Because, no, not December. New moon in Gemini is when full moon in Sagittarius is happening. So that's going to be some good time, okay? Approximately 7-8 months. So in 7-8 months, sometimes in June, May, June is when you're going to realize this, that closing yourself off from people is not the solution. Closing yourself off from people is not the solution to what or the bad things that you've faced in your past. You have to communicate. You have to trust people. You have to talk to people. Everybody, every situation is different. And that you're going to realize as you mature. Right now, as I said, be patient. 7 months. And actually, new moon in Gemini is going to happen in another 7-8 months, as I said. So 7 of Pentacles, it could mean that be patient with yourself. Give yourself 7-8 months. Heal yourself completely. Don't be jumpy. But don't close yourself off from people. Okay? You are going to realize that maybe right now you're scared to open with 2 people. You're like scared to get into a relationship. You're scared of, eating something or, visiting certain place. Maybe last time all this happened near the seaside. So you're now scared of seaside. You're like, no, if I go there, I'll get this disease once more. Or maybe you were bitten by an insect or a snake or something when you went on your adventure trail and it took you some time to heal. So you're not scared. You're like, I'm not going back to the jungles again. If I go, I'm going to go to resorts. I'm going to see, I'm going to be in the hills or near the seaside, but not in the jungles. But come out of your fear. Work on your fear. Whatever fear you have had, or I'm not going to go into any relationship anymore. I don't trust guys. I don't trust girls. That's a wrong thought, Capricorn. That's a very wrong thought. You've got to work on your fears. Work through your fears. Everybody is not the same. Every situation is not the same. And you're going to realize that 7-8 months from now, when you realize communicating is the key. The more you communicate with people, the more you talk to people, the more free mentally you are going to be, and the more you're going to come out of this negativity. Okay? All right, Capricorn. This was your monthly general reading for the month of September. And I'll see you with your love and career and finance readings in a few days. Till then, bye.